All right.
Manoli Madness.
Manoli Madness. June 4th,
Yeah.
2025.
Yes.
Right now is Hana time 3:28.
It's also a stop sign. Bruh. You see? Bruh.
All right, everybody. This is another day with on Aina. And the breakthrough happened today. We can now walk all the way around the gate that was once all boss hammerjag, had all kind illegal dumping on the inside of the gate, had illegal dumping on the outside of the gate. It was my wife and I who actually cleared out the outside of the gate, and then it allowed the machines to be able to do its job and get on the inside. And now you can, if we had a what are those Polaris
or golf
carts, whatever, we can drive on the inside of the gate. There's a road there now. There's a path. You can drive there and walk all the way around the gate for gate 1 and gate 2.
Yep.
Beautiful. When Hawaiians come together, we can do stuff, bro. Yeah. So shout out to the brothers that came over there today to continue the work there. An amazing job. We love you guys. That was freaking right on.
Oh yeah, I forgot we're going 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
I'm not a rookie.
All right.
So are you talking or am I talking?
Oh, you can talk. You can talk.
Okay.
I'm gonna go inside.
Okay. You go inside. I want to talk about you.
No, don't let her talk about me, guys.
I'm gonna talk about you.
If she say anything about me, let me know. All right.
You gotta take your phone
Yeah, I got to.
with your card in it.
I gotta make sure I have my card in it. Let's see. Do I have my card in it? Where's my card at?
Bruh, don't even joke.
Okay, I got it.
Don't drop your $50 bill.
Somebody gonna score. Somebody gonna be happy. Okay, I got it. I got it. I'll be right back. What you want to drink? You want something?
I'm good. I got my diet.
You sure?
Yep.
You want anything? Snack on? Anything?
I'll take some chocolate.
Chocolate? You want some chocolate?
Yeah.
I'll be your chocolate.
I'll have your chocolate later.
Yes, sir. Happy days.
Okay. So I get to talk about him while he's gone. So we're here at 7-Eleven. He needs to get Gatorade because he starts cramping up if not. And I recently found out that when I drink Gatorade, I know why I cramp, because of my myotonia issues. But yeah, so anyway, today was a great day. My husband is very happy because we're getting a lot of progress done on the Aina, and he's all about that. You know, one of the things that made me fall in love with him, other than his honesty, was the fact that he's really driven, he's really motivated, and he may not be perfect in doing it. Like, so he jumped in the skid steer, right? One of our friends left the skid steer. He said, hey, you know, I don't need it right now. You guys can do whatever. And so he jumps in the skid steer, and the first time he did it, it was like bumps everywhere. He was doing donuts, you know, but he was having fun, you know. And the thing about him is he's always learning. He's always trying to learn. So I love that about him. And he's been on it now a few times, and today he made a lot of progress with it, and I hardly saw, you know, ridges or whatever you call it. And so that's one of the things I love about him. He's never hesitant to admit when he's wrong, and when he's wrong, he always tries to grow with it. And you know, that's a rare trait in men, because men are usually like, sorry, but men are usually stubborn and prideful, and he has his pride, but not over the top. You know, I know a lot of guys that are like, over the top and will never admit if they were wrong. But he's always quick to admit he's wrong, and he tries to change it. And I think he's done that his whole life. So I really respect him for that. You know, sometimes it drives me nuts because he's very impulsive. So he wants to go and put things up, you know, and then he'll have to take it down because he put it up too early and, you know, stuff like that. But he's really motivated. So you can't knock somebody down for being motivated. You know, it's better than being lazy. But I really love my husband. You know, he gets up and he makes me coffee and he'll make me breakfast. Today he told me to just relax because I'm really tired from yesterday. So he told me just relax today, don't do anything. So all I did was sit down and get dusty. Really, really dusty. But he did everything. This morning I woke up, I made breakfast and lunch for everybody. And everybody was happy. I made deep fried shoyu chicken with a sauce because my husband loves when I make sauces. He wants me to make sauces
So,
for everything.
the way that we are gonna, if you can make one of each flavor inside, and on this film, I'm going to grab the fish, and grab us some fish. Okay?
All right. I can't talk about you that long.
Yeah, it's gonna be right there. It's gonna be right on the corner.
All right. Just a little bit because you don't have that much.
Yeah.
See the motivation that I'm talking about? Okay, he got all these goodies. He has, I said one of each, but I see 2 black and 3 purple. See what he does? You know, I'm gonna put one of each, and I'm gonna tell him that he just killed my OCD because I have OCD. I can never get these covers off. He's probably gonna laugh at me because he knows I have OCD. So he does things on purpose to watch me squirm. But yeah, guys, you know this man, he had a stroke in January, right? I mean, first of all, the shit he's been through his whole life, right? I don't know what this is. Ooh, that was not good. But you know, he's been through an abusive household. He's been through running away, getting beat up, you know, during his years of school. Ended up boys home, youth home, whatever you call it, you know, and then he's eventually went to prison, spent a long time in prison, you know, and should have died many times. Like, if you just sit down and hear the stories, he should have died many times, but he didn't. And then he gets leukemia. I think it was in 2014 he was diagnosed, I think. And it's he's got the Philadelphia gene, so the doctor said he's got to take the chemo pill every day for the rest of his life, otherwise his numbers will go up. So, you know, back then his life wasn't as good and happy and fulfilling, so he really didn't take it serious, and he really was like, you know, if I die, I die. And God kept him alive. And then when he was with his ex-wife, he was taking it, not taking it, taking it, not taking it. And then when he met me, I was like, okay, you need to take it. Oh, before that, he started getting sick because the pharmacist gave him 5 times the dose of the chemo pill. And he was taking it, and he told his doctor, you know what, I can't take this medicine, it's killing me. And the doctor said, no, you know, usually you have to, your body has to adjust to it. And so he took it again for a couple more days, and he said, no, you know what, I'm done. This thing is killing me, you know, I just would rather, go. And he had already gone to the point where the doctor said he needed to go to hospice. So he was ready to die. And he didn't. And then when he went to one of his visits, he looked at the number on the monitor and he said, "Oh, what is that number?" And the nurse said, "Oh, that's the amount of medicine you take." He goes, "No, it's not. It was supposed to be like 100 milligrams." And the pharmacist ordered 500 milligrams. Just imagine this, guys. He was taking 5 times the chemo pill. It shot his whole entire system down. He ended up in the hospital for like 5 weeks. They didn't even know what to do with him because they never had a case like that. Everything shut down. He ended up with a blood clot too while he was there. He ended up with all kinds of stuff. And he got through that. He didn't die. And now he's been taking his meds pretty religiously. When he went and got taken back, I managed to get his chemo pills there, and he's taking his meds every day now.
All right.
But then
42 lane off,
has-
42 lane off. I
Bruh.
got both sides of the sign.
then he has a stroke in January. Came this close to dying,
Thank you.
but he didn't die. So you see what I mean? God has a purpose for this man.
What?
Yeah, I was talking all kinds of stuff about you.
Bruh.
Telling
Hey,
all
text
your
me in the message what she said. If she
Was-
said any naughty stuff, whatever, let me know.
Why would you assume that I was talking naughty about you? Are you naughty?
No, I mean, I just,
Why would you assume that?
Because I live with a naughty person.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the cat. I know.
Hey, tree.
The cat is kind of naughty. Yes, she is.
Oh.
Oh, yes, she is.
Hey, look, you're going back again.
So Eminem-
Look, oh, the thing's skidding sideways. His little
Okay.
cart thing.
You know what's
Side
funny
to the
is
moped.
every time he sees something on his side, he's like, "Look, look, look, look," and I can't see it because
You
it's-
fucking peoples.
no, it's either because it's right in line where his shoulder is, and then I can't see because the seat is there. He's like, "It's right there, it's right there. You can't see it," and I'm like trying to
It was a guy on a moped with, one of those red carts that we did for when we first got on the INA. We was using them for transport the dirt and
Oh, yeah.
one like that tied to his moped. But when he came to a stop, it was sliding
Oh,
like backwards and forwards because it's not secured. Yeah.
sorry. Did you want this open now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We can put this in the bag or something.
Okay. So I was telling them how you fucks
Uh-oh.
with my OCD.
Me?
Yeah, because
Would I do that?
yes,
No, me.
yes,
This guy.
all the time.
All day?
Yes,
Anytime.
all the time, every day. Because you told me put one of each in your cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was
One of
doing
each
that.
flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you bought 2 blacks and 3 purples.
Oh.
So I
So
was
one
like,
black, one purple.
I did, but I
Wait.
was like,
About 5 bottles?
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be 2 for maybe 6 bottles.
there's only 5. So you either.
They caught me slipping.
Bruh, you're a rookie.
They caught me slipping.
You're a rookie. It's on video proof.
Mm-mm.
You
Not
used
me,
to-
them guys. Good.
Well, that means they charged you more for the one
Mm.
because you only buy. Usually, I would tell you though.
Yeah.
You don't want to go and get another one. Ooh, he got me Twix.
And I was gonna bite them. Do it.
Why would you do that?
Fuck with your OCD.
See? Like Kit Kat?
Yo, everybody got stuff.
Okay.
The bicycle with the back.
Kit Kat,
Back it.
people. There's 4 sticks together for a reason.
Uh-huh.
You break the sticks apart and you eat the stick like this. But what do you guys do to fuck with my OCD?
We bite it in half. Bite a chunk of it somewhere.
Sideways,
Sideways.
like this. And before, it would gross me out so much. I would literally walk to the store to buy me another one, just to satisfy my OCD.
You have
But-
problems.
I don't have problems. You guys have problems because you eat it the wrong way.
Who said there's a great a right way or wrong way of eating in a Twix?
It's kind of obvious. There's 4 sticks. It's not Twix. It's Kit Kat. These are already separated. Oh, man, if you bit this sideways, there would be some.
Like Jay will do.
There would be some consequences.
Like Jay will do with you.
Probably.
Her ex-husband Jay loves to fuck with her OCD.
Loves to fuck with it. Okay.
But you got him back with me. Told him he liked the fish. Crackers.
Why he had a goldfish? So my ex-husband couldn't stand
Again.
goldfish. You know the crackers, the goldfish crackers? So we were in the store one time and he was like looking for snacks and he goes, oh, what about this goldfish? And so I said, well, you should buy that for Jay. It's his favorite. And he actually bought it. And he gives it to him. He goes, here, Jay, I bought this because Eiko said it's your favorite. He was like, bro, I can't stand that. And then you got all mad at me because you're like, bro, you set me up.
Set me up. I trusted you.
I thought you knew that I was joking.
But that started my love affair with Jay. He knew that I was down for him like that.
You realize it's on video, right? People gonna think you're serious. Something wrong
What
with you.
is you? Love you.
Something wrong with you.
Only a little bit.
But
Then like this.
see, there's a glitch in the system.
We're caught up in the matrix.
Today now we're going to Costco so I can buy stuff because I think we're going to work tomorrow. I think.
That's the plan.
That's the plan as of this evening. But if we do, I'm making shoyu chicken, rice, corn, and salad. And spam musubis. And you can make your balls.
I'm gonna frost my balls.
Yeah, now you can frost them because they jacked your flour all over it.
Bro,
I jacked your flour
it was worth it though.
and I jacked something else.
It was a sacrifice.
What was that?
Washing my thigh up on it.
Oh. What did I jack your flour for?
For a pancake.
No, we had flour this morning for pancake. Oh, the cornbread.
Right. From scratch.
It was literally like perfect amount, like
Yeah.
all your flour. But I've been cooking
Not
a
even
lot.
half a cup he left behind.
No,
We'll
there was-
save him his half
There was
cup.
not even a flake of, or I don't know, what do you call it? Or not even nothing. You couldn't even blow anything out of the container. It was so empty.
Look, 954, 459.
Huh.
I'm in the zone.
So,
You know when numbers line up, you know you're in the zone.
you're in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of in the zone
I like
this
how they
morning.
get, oh no, we're buffalo. I thought. And then they got fish sign.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
But I was kind of in the zone this morning
Yeah?
because I had the whole kitchen.
Yeah, he was. He was the maestro of the kitchen this morning.
I made pancakes from scratch. I had Vienna sausage and turkey sausage. So I was like rotating everything. And I had scrambled eggs. I had shoyu chicken on the stove. I was making plates. Plus I was deep frying.
Yeah,
I was doing all of that at once.
like a maestro.
Oh, and I warmed up the corn.
Right. I like how you make the corn.
Yeah,
Butter with the seasoning.
it's a secret.
Yeah, look. Can you just finish this job? My goodness.
They're not gonna ever finish.
Oh, every time they come dredge the woolly hours, they do a little bit on one of the canals. Get two canals. They do one, and they don't even do them all.
Yeah. Which is really good.
But we needed okay, sand. We should go talk to him, man. Tell him we can get a bucket of sand.
We're gonna need a whole lot of more than that. Like that's all they put in the coop is sand.
Yeah,
Like big level, like high levels.
yeah, yeah. So it's doing like 2 feet.
You said a bucket.
Yeah, the bucket of like on dump truck.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a 5-gallon bucket. I'm like, what the hell is that gonna do?
Yeah.
But
Look, they're trimming the trees.
we did a lot.
Right on.
Oh,
Right on.
we did a lot today, or we did a lot this week. We have a lot more to do
Yeah.
the rest of the week. I think Sunday is our next free day where we don't have any.
This is where the car was trying to take a leap off the
Yeah,
fence.
see, it's still broken. Okay, so I can see how he like was driving fast and went up there.
Yeah.
But once he got up there, where was he thinking of going?
He was going to jump off the ledge
And
and
go right
like
into
in
the.
Hollywood, like in
He would
Hollywood
have banged
style,
into that.
and bounce and grab the pole and then I don't know.
Or maybe he thought he was going to stay on 2 wheels
Right.
and go past the
Because
bus
I've
stop.
seen that in a movie.
Right.
People drive like they're watching
Like Tom
a movie.
Cruise
Yeah.
or Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Yep. Like me.
You think you're dumb?
I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I'm dumb in the Fast and Furious.
You know, people
One
like,
quarter mile at a time.
people like really, like, you know, like stars.
Yeah.
That's one thing about me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
So how do you act around people who is considered famous?
the
You
same-
notice I said people who is considered
Right.
famous. How do you act around them?
the same. You know why? Because my shit and their shit
Yeah.
is the same shit and it smells the same.
Because it's all shit, right? Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So I had,
What's so special about it?
I had, that I just got in touch with my former boss when I was young,
Mm-hmm.
working for him as a bodyguard and chauffeur, and he had access to, stars
Lot
and
of
whatever, famous people. And he the one taught me. He said, don't look at them, don't act like there's something special, just treat them regular.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was same. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Hey, how's it?
Yeah.
And I don't make conversation unless they make conversation. And it's funny, like they will talk to you.
Yeah.
Like,
You know
they
why?
get curious.
Because they get irritated when
People's fun and
like
over
they
them.
can't live. You
Mhm.
can't go anywhere without somebody going, "Oh my God,
Yeah.
can I have your autographs?"
There's a famous actor right now from Hawaii. He didn't grow up in Hawaii, but his entire family is, from Hawaii.
I know what you're talking about.
Right. And I was there that night. Everybody was there having a good time at the party. And all I heard all night was like, you can't pay my rent, and you can, I get car payments, and you can give me money for this and
Because he
money
was
for
famous?
that. Yeah. And I was like, wow. I had to get out of there because I
And
was
I
like,
bet none of them ever talked to him before.
no, and most of them never knew him because he was taken away from Hawaii when he was a kid.
So
Right.
it's not like they were like really close.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're just because the movie came out that he was in that brought his name out, right? Then all of a sudden everybody, I know, yeah, that's my cousin. Here's that, yeah, my cousin. Like Max Holloway. That's my cousin. It's my classmate. That's what it is. Well, next thing you know about it, they're banging him up. The whole you can see that he was
irritated.
like he just wanted to meet his family.
Yeah, just
You
to
know?
relax.
To
and have,
like for the first time to meet them.
Yeah.
And it just became a what can I get out of you kind of thing.
I met.
So me, I like that. Like I had to leave because I never like that.
I met somebody from a couple of people actually from the Hawaii 5-0 cast, right? It was through my sons. Did that. It was like access surf. See, I'm still having issues. So they took the kids out, right, surfing. But Hawaii 5-0 crew came down, and I don't even know these guys' names, but they were all, you know, famous, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, come on, take a picture." So I mean, you know, my kids took a picture with them and stuff, only because the hugs people was like, stand in line, right? So you can get your picture. But it was funny because then before they left, they were given plates to eat, and it just so happened that they sat next to me, right? So it's not like I was trying to get close to them,
right?
But they sat next to me, and
you know
they
I'm
were
winning
like,
all day, right?
whatever, and they were like,
as usual.
"Oh, so did your kids have fun today?" And I was like, "Yeah." And after I was having conversation with them, he kind of looked at me and he like, you know, "You're not asking me for my autograph. You're not asking me anything about the movies or the show. You know what I mean?"
Right. Can I give you your autograph?
Yeah, you know. I was just talking story, you know, with him. Like, you know.
I just love you. I just love your show. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think that's what he was expecting, right?
Yeah,
like, you know, oh my God, I watch your show every time. And I was like, you know, okay, yeah, they're from Hawaii 5-0, but they're still normal people.
Right.
And so before he left, he told me, he said, "You know, you're one of the very few people that I've met that didn't treat me like I was an actor." You know, he said, "I really appreciate that. Thank you for this." And I was like, "Oh, you're welcome." I said, "I'm not trying to be rude," you know, because I didn't know if he was like, "Wow, she doesn't even care." Because I'm not trying to be rude, but, you know, you're just a normal person that happens to be, your profession happens to be on TV.
Yeah.
You know, and he goes, "That's exactly right," you know. So he really appreciated that. And then Keegan knew Malika Dudley before she was Miss Hawaii, because she was a volunteer at the place that he would go. So
when she sang his song,
she was already, that time she was already Miss Hawaii.
And he was 7 years old.
Yeah, she had already, I think maybe she was Miss Hawaii when he was about 5.
Oh, okay.
But, or maybe earlier.
That was really cool, bro.
Maybe younger.
If you guys ever get a chance, go look it up. So, what's it called?
Yeah, Angels Hovering Above Us by Keegan Passos. Keegan Passos. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, it was sung by Malika Dudley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he met her, it might have been younger. He might have been like 3. And we used to belong to a group that would offer families that had children with disabilities and stuff respite, so that the parents could go out and have a date, you know, which we didn't know what to do with our kids, because my world is
sometimes you need a break and stuff.
Yeah, but like when we did go out, we were like, okay, so what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna go? Because our whole life was taking care of the kids, right? So the whole time, so the whole time we're sitting there going, I wonder what the kids are doing. I wonder if, you know, we're like, okay, we're not supposed to be talking about the kids, but we were. But so she was his respite volunteer, and he made her play with lizards. So when we got back, she was like,
so she's a trooper then.
She's a trooper. She is such a trooper. She goes, "Oh my gosh, your son is so adorable." And she goes, "He made me carry a lizard." I was so grossed out, but because that was her job that night to take care of the kids, she didn't want to freak him out. So she was like, he made me carry a lizard. And to him, he was like, "It's a lizard. That's what I do, right?" And then they kind of, I guess that kind of made them bond a little bit. And so Then she became Miss Hawaii, you know, and I mean, she's just really cool. She's down to earth. And we never knew her as like, oh my God, she's Miss Hawaii, you know. He called her Auntie Malika. And so we went, you know, and saw the Miss Hawaii and all that. Then we would see her here and there, and we're like, hey, and she goes, oh my God, Keegan, come here, give me a hug, you know. And his friends, if they were there, they'd be like, how do you know her? He goes, oh, that's Auntie Malika, you know. And they go, oh my God, she was Miss
Your
Hawaii.
auntie is Malika?
Yeah, you know, and he goes, she's really cool, guys, don't do that, you know.
Yeah.
And then when we did the concert to help cardiac kids, he made a song, he wrote a song about the mentors that had passed and his grandpa that had passed, and that, you know, angels are constantly hovering above us. And the ending of the song really like got to me, because it's basically when it's his time to go, because he could die any day. When it's his time to go, don't worry, because he'll be the angel hovering above us.
Wow.
See, I just want to cry again. But they wanted him to sing it, and he was like, I don't sing. And then they said, well, you know, we want to showcase your song. And he said, the only person, they said, find somebody that you'll let sing your song. And he goes, well, the only person I'll allow to sing my song is Malika. She was on another island by then. She lived on Maui, I think, already.
What?
We called her, and she cried, and she was like, oh my God, really? You know, and so she flew down just to sing the song for the concert. And she was crying. She was like, I can't look at you, because when I look at you, because the words.
The words is powerful.
She said, I can't look at you, just.
It blew
just
my
sing.
mind to hear a 7-year-old wrote that song.
Yeah.
I cannot understand how a 7-year-old can write a song like that. It's just incredible.
It was super
It's
deep.
incredible.
Super deep. And so that's how that went.
I still
And
get emotional.
everybody was kind of like tripping out that, you know, he got a former Miss Hawaii to sing his song. And, you know, he was like, yeah, okay. But, you know, she's really special to him. And so, and then we went somewhere one time in Waikiki. It was, you know how they used to have the big movie screens?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? So
Yeah.
it was like,
when they came out, they had movie screens for movie night.
yeah. They would take it down.
Waikiki Walls.
Right.
Right.
So they would take it down, and they would have it up for the weekend. I think it was called Sunset at the Beach or something. And so we were walking around Waikiki one time. I think we just stayed at a hotel just to take the kids or something for the weekend. And like, oh, they have Sunset at the Beach. So we didn't know that Malika was an MC at that event.
Mm.
And so we just sat down. I go, hey, Keegan, look, it's Auntie Malika. So we didn't say anything, but she saw him in the crowd. She was like, Keegan, come here. She called him up on the stage, and she goes, I'm going off script for a little while, guys, because I just saw my buddy in the audience. And she said, I want him to come up here, and I want to introduce you to this guy and this and that. And he was like, Mom, I don't want to go up there. I go, Auntie's calling you, just go up there. Don't be rude. And so it was like impromptu. She calls this kid up there, and she kind of told the fast version of his story. That was before the song, I think. She told the fast version of his story, being born with a heart condition and all that. And then half the audience was like just, you know, bawling. And I was like, oh my God, we came here, they're supposed to be enjoying a movie, and we made everybody cry. But
you got the tearjerker before the ending of the movie.
yeah, and I think it was a funny movie. Like, it wasn't even supposed to be like that. It was like a family thing, you know. But, you know, hearing his story probably made people go away that night appreciating the kids that they had with them, right? Like, appreciating life more. But, yeah, that was my famous people. And then my friend, what's his name? The one with the Edward Scissorhands, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, Johnny Depp.
He came down, I think it was Hard Rock Cafe in Waikiki, and my friend wanted me to go with her, and I was like, really? She said, please, you know, because we have to stand in line. Like, he wasn't coming until like 9 o'clock, but they had to stand in line at like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. And I was like, she goes, I'm gonna be bored. I'm gonna have nobody. Just come hang with me. So we went, and I stood in line with her for that long. And when Johnny Depp walked past us, she wanted to be right there by the gate, right by there by the barrier that they have. She went bonkers. Like, she reached over and touched him, and she was like, you know, and he got irritated.
Yeah.
He literally like pulled away, and he looked at her like, God, what is wrong with you? You know, and I was just standing there like, everybody around me was screaming, and I'm just like, guys, his shit smells like yours.
Just like yours, yeah.
What is the big deal? Look at, he just left his girls behind.
You don't just walk away from your kids like
They're
that.
little girls.
Yeah.
But okay, is that the only famous person that you
Yeah,
had an
no,
encounter
no. I
with?
mean, like, no. So when I was working for that guy, and he was a coke dealer. He was known as a coke dealer in LA, and so he had a lot of clientele. So he had some clientele that used to be around and stuff like that. And I see him on TV and I go, oh, right on.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, so at least I know who they are and I know what they do behind the scenes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But here, a famous person that I know Augie T.
Oh, yeah.
Augie T's grandmother used to babysit me and my sister, because we lived in a housing, and Augie T's grandmother's house was next to ours. We was in building 17A, and they was in building 15, I believe 13. They was in 13H. That was the apartment. And so yeah, my mom used to drop me and my sister off over there, and he's like 4 years younger than him, and his twin brothers, like 4 years younger than I am. And I used to trip like when they're young, they're like baby kind, yeah. And they would be fed the aspirin, and I'd be like, you know, kind of like, wow, you chewing? They was chewing
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
like
I
candy.
remember that.
You know, and I was like, wow, they're chewing them like candy. That was the thing that I remember the most. And his grandmother, my mom formed a club called the Aloha Mothers Club. And because my mom was heavily involved with doing a lot of volunteer work in the housing for the kids and housing members and whatnot. Look on tourists
Are they
taking a group picture that's saying
In front of
Costco
Costco.
in Hawaii.
They must not have
Oh, look, we got Costco in Hawaii.
They must not have Costco. I think my family did that from Japan before they got Costco. 'Cause
Hey, let's
now
go take one and go, oh, we're Costco in.
No,
Huh?
no,
So we can let people know we're famous.
no.
No. Okay.
No.
But anyway, yeah. So years later, like when I was growing up, I was in a boys' home, and I was watching kind of like on the news, and you see Augie T and his brother, they was known boxers. They used to box for
really?
Kalakaua Boxing Club. And that's what Augie them was known for.
Wow.
And then the brother died, and that's why they wrote a story about it, because he died, and I guess it was natural, something in his heart or something.
Oh, wow.
And then years later, you know, I see Augie all the time. I see he's running his comedy and all that, and then when I got out, and I said, hey, what's up, Augie boy? So I blow his mind. I told him, but I bet you would never know who this is. And then I would send him one picture of my mom,
Oh, I thought you were
his
going to say
grandma,
aspirin.
his grandma, my auntie, two of my aunties, and two other members from the Aloha Mothers Club. There's all the picture of the Aloha Mothers Club was in there. I sent a picture, and I go on Facebook. This was when I was married to my second wife, and I sent them on the Facebook. I said, if anybody, first I will go put this on blast for everybody. If anybody can tell me who is the relative of a famous comedian in Hawaii in this picture, you know, I'll give you $100 or something, or some kind of thing like that. Nobody responded.
Oh, yeah?
So nobody knew nobody who viewed the page knew whose famous relative was in that picture. And then I sent him the picture. I sent him on his
And he
Facebook.
remembered.
I sent him the picture, and I go,
Who am I?
yeah, who do you recognize in this picture? And then he just sent me. He said, "Wow, boy, it touched my heart."
Blew
You
his
know,
mind.
yeah, because that's his grandma, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, I started talking to him, and every time I see him, every now and then, we talk Kalihi boys.
It's funny because.
And I did time with his brother, his half brother. Yeah. Same mother, different father. Yeah.
It's funny though. I've been with you and we've gone to what do you call, like, testify for stuff
Yeah.
when Augie's there, and then we run into him.
Yeah.
And I forget that he's famous too.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Because he's so down to earth.
Yeah.
He's like regular people's.
Yeah.
And
So,
he does like this. He cruises around with his mom and
Yeah.
all that.
Oh my gosh,
I know his mom and all his aunties.
His mom is hilarious. I watch their videos too,
Yeah,
and I
they're
just
beautiful
crack
people,
up.
though.
His mom is hilarious.
Yeah, they're
It
beautiful.
reminds
people.
me of me and my mom though. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
when I like when I was videotaping her and she was telling me, I was telling her she has ADHD. And she said, I don't have LSD.
LSD.
And I just like, oh my god, it's like bust out my video camera, and then she's telling me don't put it on Facebook or something, and I'm
Yeah.
like, Mom, I'm videotaping, and she goes, no, don't put it YouTube or something. I'm like, Mom, I'm just videotaping on my camera. And she didn't understand it, but she just like was cracking me up.
But yeah, and so I know a bunch of famous people, especially in my political work and stuff like that.
Mm.
And the thing is, I don't give a shit who you are, where you come from, whatever. Hey, you cool with me, you cool with me. You're not cool with me, you're not cool with me. It's all good.
Like,
what I mean?
all the
I don't even trip.
senators and the representatives. And it's funny because now that I'm with you too,
Mhm.
and I meet all of them,
Yeah.
now when I see them on TV, like pretty much every news thing that comes out, I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, look, it's Lynn. Hey, look, it's so-and-so. I'm just like, oh my God, what
Yeah.
did you do to me? But they're all cool too.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they just got a job to do. They're
Yeah.
like everybody else.
Yeah.
They got a job to do. And so just let them do their job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you make time for them, make time cool. If not, they're cool.
Yeah.
One of the coolest, famous people that I met was Obama's sister. We met her together, yeah?
Yeah.
You know?
She's
So down
really,
to earth.
really
You
down
would
to earth.
never think that she's the sister of the president of the United States.
Yeah.
We would never think that.
Yeah.
If I never knew her name,
We met her when Obama was president
Yeah.
too, right? Yeah.
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 it was a mutual friend of ours that introduced us to her.
Yeah.
And she's so laid
Like,
back.
you would
so,
never know. She's not stuck up at
Yeah.
all. She never mentions that
Yeah.
her brother is.
Yeah, she don't talk about
you
that.
know, yeah. She
You
just
know?
and in fact she did a lot of good work for prisoners and stuff.
Yeah.
She was doing like advocate
Yeah.
stuff for that, and I was
For the
like,
women's
wow.
prison, yeah.
That's, and you gotta have a certain kind of heart to do. I mean, she could just, do anything
Yeah.
and not care, but when you open your heart to prisoners and people that
She uses her whatever access that she could possibly have
yeah,
for the betterment of other people.
yeah,
That's and I like people like that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're doing it for yourself, I don't like to talk to you.
You know that's you, right?
Yeah.
You don't do anything for just yourself.
Yeah.
You do it for like what you're doing with the land right now.
Yeah.
Not for just yourself. It's
No,
for
it's for everybody.
all the Hawaiian people.
I could easily
Yeah,
seal this on and be done with it,
yeah,
right? Because we're already almost there already.
Yeah.
Of everything on the checklist, we pretty much got them done. Once this fence gets done,
yeah. The
and
fence
and
and
we
our
get
houses.
and our houses, and we get our subsistence ag going,
Yeah, and the
and
solar.
that's
yeah.
by I don't know, September, October, the subsistence ag gonna be there already.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we would have completed everything.
Yeah.
Months in
So I
advance.
have an idea
Uh-oh.
that I want to do, because
Uh-oh.
we have the lot that has all the stuff that we're growing, right?
Mhm.
But up by our house, I want to have my own garden bed, and I want to grow my own stuff. Like, I want to grow.
So you want to move the raised garden that we have there now? Move it there. Use that.
We can. I mean, if it stays together, like
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
because
sure
it's
they
been
just
through
gotta
some
get a
stuff.
forklift, move them right up there.
Yeah.
Put them in a. We gotta wait till we put the house in though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll have the chicken coop, and then
Yeah.
but somewhere over there, I want to have like my own little
Right.
garden, and
Yeah.
I want to do it myself.
Okay.
I want to plant everything myself, and I want to like do everything, design
Yeah.
it myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bet. We'll do that.
I was gonna design. Remember my little area before,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
how come I couldn't do it? Oh, I was in a booth,
Yeah.
so you designed it for me, which was really beautiful though.
Yeah.
It
So
was really
we'll
beautiful.
get the materials so you can do that.
Yeah. See, I was in a booth way too long.
So you want also to have it netted or sealed so
Yeah,
bugs don't get
because
to
of
it.
your naughty butterflies.
Yeah, they eat everything.
Well, it depends on because we're gonna have bok choy down at the bottom, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, it depends. I might have to. The problem is like the butterflies that those moth butterflies, whatever you call them. Those we can prevent from putting a net, but then it's underneath. It's the ants. The
Right.
ants are crazy. You know when
Yeah.
I was feeding the chickens,
Yeah.
I dropped a worm, right? And then yesterday I dropped a worm, and I seen it on the ground, and I was like, the birds are gonna come, the outside birds.
Right.
And I had fed the chickens all the worms. Today when I went to go do something with the chickens,
The mealworm? You talking about
yeah,
that?
the dried
Oh.
mealworm.
Yeah.
I looked down and there was a whole bunch of like reddish ants. I don't know if it was like the real red ants, but there was a whole bunch, and I'm like, whoa, where did this come from? They were carrying the worm. They all came for just that one worm.
Damn.
But they all bunched together and then they carry
yeah,
it
yeah,
right
yeah,
together.
yeah.
They were doing that, and I was like,
Yeah, but a leaf.
yeah.
Around the leaf. Go around
Yeah,
the leaf.
we're going around the leaf. That's what I gotta tell you sometimes.
Yeah.
It's okay. We're gonna go around the
We'll
leaf.
get over it. We'll get around it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Come on. You fuki around. We gotta
Just
go.
a fucking
We're in
around.
Costco. Let's go.
Okay. We're gonna go shopping.
Shopping?
Cause I'm gonna make
Shopping.
you gold digger.
Shopping?
We're gonna go shopping so we can buy the food, so I can go home and be tired and cook some more food. And I think we're going to work tomorrow.
All right, gang. We see you.
Talk to you later.
Love, peace, and happiness. Yo, we out of here.